Hey guys, and welcome back to Scarlet. Hello, I'm going to be playing chapter 4 today. I don't know how long it will be, because from now on the chapters will be like a lot longer. I've also been very busy with work and school, so I haven't been around that much. I also haven't played this game in a year, so I'm watching the recap. March 23. 20. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Continue. Would you like to see the recap? Yes, just give me the full recap. It's been a while. The long lost cousin, the bad news, 26 hours of the bus rides with countless late night stops and seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought tickets. The funeral of Berlaine Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. A single deer remains behind, staring down in the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls her harness. So gross. Such a good game, though. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seems like something that happened to someone else, though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments for now. You're safe and you're warm. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints, just do what I ask, and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. She's so... I love her. I really do. Wow, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm gonna keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what's going on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions these monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be the helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my text, and I want to make sure she isn't getting into trouble. Oh, this is the mine thing. Hey, Dr. Kelly, we're wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now. Yeah, it's been alright. It's starting to come back a little bit. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. Yeah, that's his daughter. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through the hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine, the place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse it killed over 100 people. You pull out your phone and dial your cousin. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do these things keep happening to me? Whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me. God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. Not like you'll listen. Sorry. My dad is a foreman at a continuous mining facility and says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe and we can hang out here whenever we want. Correction, your father was a foreman. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. Yeah, we got her dad fired. My dad says our house is haunted. Anika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Wait a second, where 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you feel it in your chest, like a deep growl of a predator. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Demon, are you alright? Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Your surrounding quake as the mine collapses around you. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty gas patch, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. When you close your eyes, all you see is Rosalina's face, twisted in pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked eyes, trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. There are 2 of them now. Oh yeah, they're your possums. As you are ready to leave, Jenny approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the 2 of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Demon, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now. And then I heard it again. I just want to say that I'm sorry that you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. It couldn't have happened to nicer people. Morning, is the new blend ready? Of course. Demon, if you like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Demon, aren't you? My name is Bo, I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Mrs. Forsyth called me on the phone and told me that you saw what happened to my daddy. Tabitha stops in front of a small house on the quiet hill just off Main Street. The Scarlets own most of the houses out here. We rent them out to employees, just more convenient, you know. Your cousin pulls out a heavy set of keys from her pocket. She picks out one marked with a bright strip of green tape and unlocks the door. Come on in, don't worry, it's empty. Yep, he's the dog. Oh yeah, it's the mayor. Yeah, I remember that. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and the fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Whoever he is, you can feel his desperation to make a good first impression, a self-sustained and self-fulfilling prophecy. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Demon. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. Never trust the church people. The basement is what you might expect of a tortured artist who spent all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases lie in its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, lining the bare cement floor. Foolish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotected, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourself comfortable. You have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his brother perches over a chair next to his. Dr. Kelly's eyes are all... Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, I was wondering if we could maybe watch a movie sometimes this week, while Demon is still in town. I'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in a basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wrenching in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina is situated in the back room. Alexis is gonna keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Seems I made it just in time. Let's get this show on the road. I don't have all night. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hedge. The floor around is stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. Wait, do you hear music? Movement stares as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. It seems to have the same issue with this miserable little parasite. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit, it doesn't matter which. Bullshit. I hope I didn't come too late. It wants something, doesn't it? And I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. Let's just leave. Agreed, Sybil. You got in here. Can you get us out? Sybil signs. Tabitha, are you sure you want to leave this business unfinished? Absolutely. This is not our problem. If you think it's best course of action, yes, I can get you out. It's only a question of seeing through the illusion. We're in the basement. Even if all of your senses are telling you otherwise, try closing your eyes and remembering where you are. I'm so sorry, Demon. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right of now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Demon. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. now commands the entirety of City Hall, a swirling void of wrath and despair that the people of this town will have to learn to ignore. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Oh, that was a very nice recap. Wake up. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seemed so far away, you could almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirits of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and Tabitha. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hey, have you heard from Stella? I haven't been able to get a hold of her. Thought she might have at least checked in with you. You check your messages. There's nothing. I haven't heard from her either. That's not good. I know we haven't exactly gotten along, but we should meet up in town and look for her together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Visit the opossums. Oh, they have bread now. You open the drawers. The two opossums stare up at you. They both have bread now. That's nice. Wave at them. You wave at them. They continue to stare up at you blankly in response. Oh, they're so cute. This is their home now, and there's nothing you can do to change that. At least take a shower. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of the day. Yeah. You step into the guest room, bedroom, and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's hunting, but eventually you have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you... Think about someone special. Just think about Stella. Hopefully she's okay, and Kanika just being overprotective. You're done here. And downstairs. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. They're striking, this week of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. There's almost a cool confidence in the way your cousin talks about the strike. They're in disarray. Talk about strike. Let's do the hot option. Do you want me to help smooth things over? I'm pretty good at negotiating. People always help me out with stuff like this, if I ask nicely. Wait, do you think that's because you're good at negotiating? Has nobody told you that it's because you're... never mind. Look, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not sure that that's the sort of thing you'll be able to pull off. Even if they didn't already know you're my cousin, you're getting involved would be a great way to grow gasoline on a fire. This is my problem. Your only job is to stay safe until the funeral's over. So, you seem confident about the strike. What have you got planned? If I'm being honest, I'd rather you didn't know. You've been lucky enough to not get sucked into the family business. You should keep it that way. For me. You risked your life to pull those kids out of the mine the other day. They should get off your back. You were the one who made us go after them, Demon. But I guess no one really knows that outside of the two of us and that Rosalina girl. Maybe it's an angle worth leaning on, I don't know. You probably should get going. Yeah, I've done it long enough. Stay safe, no more hejiks. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches her way to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. You're up with a quick PB&G. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you get the chance to eat. You'll make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. That's down. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery grey light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day though, they're getting bolder. As you continue to trek to town, you pause to stare out at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day, as the strange reality of what happened in Scarlet Hollow greatly uproots what you've always taken to be the truth of our world. Our everyday worry seems distant, overshadowed by the fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. It isn't long until your journey from the estate is over, and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Hey, you made it! I still haven't heard from Stella, and I've already seen a bunch of those ditchling things scurrying around in broad daylight. I know my mom said they're harmless, but you should start looking for her. So how are you mentally? That's a great question. My concept of how the world works is being shattered a little more each day, so that's cool. Every day I feel more and more like I need to go out of this town before it swallows me whole, but I also keep feeling like there's too many reasons to stay. Like, right now, I can't leave until I know Stella's okay. With her folks gone, the only people she has are her friends. And as her bestie, I couldn't just let her go running off into the woods to get eaten by Bigfoot. And my mom is just so chill right now, it's driving me nuts. She's not giving me any answers, and the shit she pulled last night, it's just weird. Anyway, thanks for asking. Renting helped. I appreciate you pressing me on it. Your mom was the one who told us about the ditchlings. If she's being tight-lipped, it's probably for a good reason. I guess you're right. We wouldn't be investigating anything if she didn't tell us what to look for, even if it sounded like a bunch of new age nonsense at the time. Any leads on Stella? I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone else yet, so nope, none so far. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't come back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere. She's just not answering her phone, but I also don't want to bet on that. I was kind of surprised you reached out to me after all the issues between you and Tabitha. I care more about finding Stella than I do about the ongoing feud between me and your cousin. And I'm not going out there alone, because the last thing I want to go is to go missing while looking for someone who went missing. We do everything in groups from now on. I guess we should get started. Yeah, we're burning daylight. What to do off first? Let's go to Stella's house. Definitely, I probably should have done that before getting you to come all the way down here, but to be honest, I'm so scared of wandering off by myself. Just in case I run into any other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. This doesn't look like a break-in. It looks like somebody left the door open. Stella, or someone else, was in a hurry when they left. She's dead. Stella died, and it's all my fault. I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to leave their doors open? Unlocked? Yes. Hanging open? No way this is normal. You should go in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera, not even a tipped over lamp. That's good. Investigate the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Is Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call this messy. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. No, maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. Okay, we'll investigate her room now. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not there. Though it's a little untidy, it's an unusual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. Aren't there any signs of violence? I'd better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. Check her computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? Kanika, what if there's a clue and we miss it? What if we don't find Stella and it's all because we didn't snoop on our computer? Okay, fine, but I'm going to stand over your shoulder the whole time and make sure you don't go looking for anything personal. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on a monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. Look for something interesting. You scan through folders and file names on Stella's desktop, looking for anything that seems like it might be interesting. One folder catches your eye, boring tech stuff. You're no fool, you've seen this folder before. You have this folder on your own computer. Boring tech stuff never contains boring tech stuff. For that matter, it never contains anything related to Texas, and its contents are never boring. Open the folder. You open the folder, you're surprised to find it contains a carefully mapped out diagram of the Scarlet Hollow mines, including holes in fences and areas with low visibility. There's also a handful of old photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Tabitha wears an uncharismatic grin and an authentic joyful smile, and Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. Both of them seems to be living in a happier time. Check her search history. She hasn't visited any websites since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Her search history is almost entirely work-related, a furious series of queries for various monsters and cryptids that might fit the profile of Ditchlings. That's that. Open tabs? It will take you all day to count the number of open tabs in Stella's browsers. The numbers are tabs that you can see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from window edge to window edge. Her most recently opened tab is post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom and their says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera is shaky enough, this is totally staged. Clean footage and some sort of cryptic nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. So you were legit. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? These things are terrifying. Since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious, I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest, they've been doing something to the animals in town and they're definitely apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you. Oh, lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers, they're entertainers, not scientists. The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so this isn't an ARG, I would never. And 2, you're not going to believe this. When we went into the abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listening to this knocking, we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled Tommy Knockers Real. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights, this is so fake. I can't believe I bought into the River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horrors. This is Kidnapped by Aliens all over again. Also lol, Joey White things and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her or I'm going to call the mods. Look, this threats and give everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. Thread ends. Ouch. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. Snoop on Stella's computer in episode 4. Hackerman. I don't think there are any clues here. I don't think so either. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Oh, she still does those corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, she's not here, and we still have no idea where she is. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. We're going to the cops. I know they probably won't actually do anything, but we should see if we can get them to start looking for her before we go anywhere else. Yeah, we should make the police go. Look. Not that they're going to do anything, but we can at least do something. The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town of the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper. And the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Bo standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin Sheriff Huckabee, sir. She was going to be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it was Julius and not some enterprising bear that got a hold of it? You all know Julius thinks this land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was also his today. He ain't coming to this door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't that something y'all can do about it? I'm afraid we'll need to have at least some kind of evidence before we go barging into a man's home, son. Why don't you see if you can find something a little more solid for us to go on, and then we can see about helping you out. Listen up, boys. We've got a missing person on our hands. Stella hasn't been seen since yesterday, and the front door of her house was left open. The place was a mess. Oh, so you think you're leading an investigation, do you? Coming in here like you have some kind of authority. Well then, why don't you march on out and dig up some clues if you think you're such a big shot? Okay, but if she turns up dead, it's all on you. Okay, great, and here comes the guilt tripping. She's not going to turn up dead. A girlie disappearing into the woods is practically a weekly occurrence. I shouldn't expect an out-of-towner like yourself to know that, but Miss Forsyth here should recognize that this sort of thing is far from out of the ordinary. Are you kidding me? Shouldn't the fact that this is the first time I've come in with something like this mean something? She'll turn up. She always does. Weird question, but are you folks part of a cult, and is that why you're all doing your jobs? A police officer stares at you, perplexed. A cult? I don't think we have that sort of thing up here. We are doing our jobs. Just look at Franklin back here. He's finding all kinds of paperwork pertaining to what happened up at the mines. You know, I can't say I appreciate your tone. Sounds like you're accusing us of some kinds of indecency. What do you think we go up into the hills and do seances and rituals and all that sort of thing? Get your head out loud. Well, let's just get going. Well, no one can say we didn't try. Let's keep looking. Why won't they just do their jobs? Achievement. Well, that was a total waste of time. I hope Bo finds his pumpkin. Where to next? We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella wants to find your cousin. I can't say I get it, but it's definitely something she would do. Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of the Scarlet mines. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines. Picket sign in hand. Is this a strike? They're striking? Good for them, but I kind of thought there'd be more of them, you know. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. Hail and well met, fellow countrymen. What goes on here? The miners stare at you. A strike. We're petitioning the boss for better working conditions. Nobody wants to go back in there after the collapse. Not for what we're paid and how we're treated. Not that we need to be telling you anything. Sure doesn't seem like it's going well. We miscalculated. We thought a kid losing a leg would have pushed folks over the edge, but I guess the boss personally dragging those kids out of that mine left a lasting impression. People are calling the boss a goddamn hero. They're calling Tabitha a hero? Really? We were there too that night. It's like everyone just forgets about how poorly she's been treating us. Or how unsafe the mines are. I can't go back down there knowing the rock over my head could come down any second. I value my life way more than a poor paycheck. It was dumb luck she saved those kids. If she had any actual value, she'd come to the table and give us what we're owed. I know that's not a lot of us out here, but there's more of us at the diner and there's more of us setting up mutual aid. But once people see her follow through, they're going to join up. This is only the beginning. Let me know if there's anything the general store can do to help. Anything you can think of, we'll take it. We need all the support we can get right now. Poor Tabitha. Pardon me if I don't have much sympathy. It's not like we could have waited until it was a better time for her. There was never going to be a good time to strike. Once people see her follow through, they're going to join up. Have any of you seen Stella? YouTuber? She's the one with all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her and we've been out there all day. So we know if she's come by. Oh no, this isn't looking good. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. I need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross the picket line? You don't have to literally cross the picket line to get inside. The map you found on Stella's computer was practically a handbook for breaking into this place. Okay, but you let me in though, right? You flash the miners with a winning demon smile. Okay, fine. What's the harm? Go ahead. I don't care if they're okay with you going in. I'm still not crossing a picket line. Besides, I don't think Tabitha would be too happy to see me. I'll just wait by the fan while you go talk to her. See you on the other side. Thank you, Kanika. The industrial notes of the Scarlet mine are only a little quieter than they were 2 days ago. The trailer that serves Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. Knock. Always knock. You wait for a moment. No response. Enter. I think I can turn at least a few of the guys. And if you fire Davis... Oh my god, have you heard of knocking? What are you even doing up here? Should I go? Yeah, make sure no one sees you. No one else at least. Rodriguez the Red, I see. Hey, I've got kids to take care of. I can't miss a paycheck. And this is a right to work state. There's nothing wrong with me trying to keep food on the table. Don't say another word. Just leave. I'll handle this. The door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Tabitha heaves a heavy sigh. Please just forget anything you've heard, okay? I don't think you should fire Davis. People think you're a hero. They think I'm a hero right now? That's what I've heard outside. I am. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's why it seems like they have so little momentum. If that's the case, I can't wait to see where this goes before doing anything that might have just made things worse. Thanks, Demon. I'm not going to undermine you. We're good, Debbie. Thanks. I know I haven't given you many reasons to be kind to me, so I really appreciate you choosing to be that way, even if I'm not a very easy person to get along with. It's okay, you're my cousin. Look, you didn't come here to talk about my meeting. Why are you here? Don't get me wrong, it's nice to see a friendly face, but you shouldn't be up here. This is my battle to fight. Bella is missing. Have you seen her? She's missing? Tabitha is quiet for a moment. You don't think Wayne... There wasn't evidence that he'd been in her house or any signs of struggle or anything. How do we know she even went home last night? She ran off in the opposite direction. Stella's been known to disappear for days while she's doing her videos, but I think we both know that's not what's going on. I'll see if I can figure something out. Do you have time to hang out later? You do? You're not joking? There's so much on my plate right now, but I'll see you tonight. Hey! Cousin bonding time. Maybe we can have some ice cream or something if you want to spend time together, I mean. I better get back to work. Stay safe out there, Demon. Call me if you run into more trouble, but please don't go looking for any today, okay? You leave the office, closing the door behind you. You find Kanika waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. You look back at the striking miners. Yeah, I talked to Tabitha. Tabitha said she was not going to do like any weird thing, so I'm just keeping it to myself. Yeah, I don't need to go around spilling her secrets. It feels like we've done a due diligence here. Come on, I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out the next move from here. Where to next? Check out the church? The church? What? Do you think Stella decided to get religious all of a sudden? I want to stock up on holy water and crosses. Yeah, okay. We're going to the church. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. Alright, where's that weirdo? My, 3 visitors at once. On a Thursday. This is unprecedented. But there are only 2 of us. Oh no, were we followed by Ditchling? Were we followed by Wayne? Sup, old people? Oh, it's just Stain. What are you doing here? All of the glimpses of death I had in the past 2 days have forced me into the minds of existential crisis, my dudes. I want to see if fate had any answers for me. Alas, I have not found any solace. Give it time, Sane. Sometimes it takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night, and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We're hoping maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither her nor a hair or Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. So, Demon, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. Sure, what's up? I guess I'll leave you to it while I check in with Janie. Kanika heads off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pester. I'm so glad you decided to come up to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think that they can solve all their problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there, ready to help them, if only they let him into their hearts. The pastor's eyes dart back towards the alpacas. Okay, good, she's gone. You're new in town. What kind of impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? You care too much about what people think of you. If you want people to like you, you have to not care about whether they like you. That's a harsh truth you're slinging at me. I was always like this, you know. Believe it or not, before I moved to Scarlet Hollow, I used to be pretty popular. I was one of the cool kids over at Harvard Divinity School. Yeah, of course you were. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbush at the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as he hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are you going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip. Because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry, I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into the woods a lot lately. And it's really dangerous, even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past these trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there, like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. But she's 7, of course she wouldn't get a funny little idea like that. I love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of the junk. Oh, Tetanus Lake, Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if it would only make it sound more alluring. What were you saying about imaginary friends? Oh, she's just been talking about these friends of hers lately, little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal in there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about except the crash heap situation. This man is lying to you. In fact, he's been lying since the moment he mentioned his imaginary friend. Whatever his daughter has been talking to is real and he knows it. Sounds to me like you know exactly what she's been talking to. Daniel's eyes go wide, just for a second. I don't. He does. He obviously does. He hunches his shoulders, his voice suddenly quiet. There are rats at the church. There. I said it. It's embarrassing, but she saw one at some point, and she can hear them scurrying around in the walls, and she decided they're her little friends. Please keep this between us. Don't tell Janie. I don't want to know the church in such a rough shape. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yeah, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on our way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with a big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika starts back down the path to town, and you follow. Okay. Now what? We've put some distance between us and the church. What did he want to talk to you about? He didn't say anything weird, did he? He wanted to know why everyone in the town thinks he's creepy. He is creepy. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she has some of these. My mom wants to talk to you. Probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something. We can humor her. The bells of the general store chime welcomely as the two of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You are supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, Demon. I hope you're sufficiently recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom, it's just that Stella's missing and Stella can take care of herself. Unlike you, you need bed rest and a lot of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading the cold of yours. Go on, get up to bed. I'll be there in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to the demon about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you want to say to her. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, demon. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Good thing Kanika has her mom looking out for her. She seems so tired today, and you'll probably be able to find Stella without her. Shall we? Sybil moved towards the tea room. Follow Sybil. Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at a small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains supplemented by the bright glowing lights of the plants in the corner. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? The other day you promised to tell me. What was it? Unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I most certainly did, though. I might have exaggerated a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Perlaine was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't shrinking Violet either. She was just as stubborn as her older Scarlet. So her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite a rebel. Why were Perlaine and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. So what do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoken about them, nor did your mother. I feel like I know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Do they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something, just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenager fling that ended when your grandmother found out she was pregnant. I'm fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, with that skip in town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she's been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course. But she was born in wedlock, so I assume your mother's words had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. Quit yanking me around. Just tell me. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help to give me a full picture. Bring the tea. You take the tea, sipping it deliciously. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at the core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you'll find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. The tea is gone before you know it, a small cup empty for what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. I should do you some good. It's one of the more medicinal blends. Now on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've just got about every warning that can fit at the bottom of the cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with a definitive urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has been to do with it, whatever brought the ditchling. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy, lurking in plain sight. Ooh, the cat's gotta be Pixel. Or maybe it's Fufu. No, it's not Truck, is it? These are the only 3 cats I know. Cat could be Wayne. He follows me whenever I go. It may be the case, but tea leaves tend to lean more into a more symbolic side of things. I personally have a hard time believing that Wayne is the cat. You shouldn't trust a word out of that man's mouth, but the cat implies a certain level of two-facedness that I don't think he possesses. You don't have to figure out the answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely that it's connected to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract what might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, these stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift to the door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tickle you, maybe compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later, maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden into the clinic. Just remain silent. I know it's probably not a comfortable position considering what's happening around them the past couple of nights, but anything that happens around these stones may be worth it if it means you're able to get ahead of your adversary and whatever threatens this town. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it's just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat's getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room, the bells of its door strangely flat in the still air of the nearly empty general store. Go to the clinic. It's time you got to the bottom of what was behind that door. You make your way up the familiar hill past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits their compulsory frequency. You used to be quite a lady Casanova in high school, and back in the day you learned two things. First, that the second floor of a residential building is never locked. And second, the skills needed to take advantage of that security flaw. No judgmental parent ever managed to get in the way of you and your high school flames. Go to the terrace. You scan the parts of the building around the terrace and zero in on the drain pipe. Bingo. It's been a while since you've done this and you're a little rusty, but it doesn't take much effort because you're there. You try the door. It's unlocked. It's always unlocked. The upstairs of the clinic feels like a decommissioned museum. Old furniture is covered in plain white sheets and a thick layer of dust coats the floor. This place hasn't seen any use in years. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please, or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that old sensation again, the nagging pull of whether it was that wanted you to find it. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around the corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. The lights click on. You're in a morgue. Demon, what are you doing in a morgue? Vampire! I'm not. Please don't stake me. I just sometimes find it easier to sleep down here. Don't ask me why, it's just how it is. His word seems distant to you. The tugging is strong down there. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Follow the pool. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid into your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulders, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kinda looked possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. There's a stone carving on the other side of the wall and I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency exit somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the dog out of your hair. Shouldn't take 2 seconds. Yes, please, X now. Oh, you are super desperate about this wall. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with uncharismatic prep. When faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls, you hear a soft voice filtering through the open doorway at the top of the stairs. A hoarse and sickly edge added for the effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom? He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out though. Really? I thought I just picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked. The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and feel it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the dog's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in there. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye, some sort of record, with your family name on them. Pick up some documents to read later. You scoop up the folder, tucking the documents in for later perusal. Reese watches you with curiosity, stealing medical documents. If my family is going to be keeping secrets from me, I better learn what I can. Totally. Steal anything you need to. You've got a mystery to solve. I'm not gonna stand in your way. Let's go check the medical supply room next. I can imagine a room full of chemicals being a place someone might want to keep an axe. Better be careful stealing stuff in here though. That might really get you in trouble. Yeah, don't steal meds, guys. Like, they will get you for that. You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. The medical supply room is probably a good bet. Fire axe seems like something that might be useful in that room full of chemicals. It's just down the hall. There it is. Looks like it needs a key though. You better not break the glass. I'd rather explain why I had to steal the axe after we had a chance to use it. There must be a key in there somewhere. He stops as if listening to something you can't hear. Shit, she's back already. As if on cue, you hear the front door of the clinic open and close, the creak of its antique hinges echoing down the hallway, footsteps starting down the hall. She's heading this way, quick, we gotta hide. I'm not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and he hurriedly motions you inside. You slip past him, scrunching into a small space as best as you can. He attempts to slide in after you. You make space. He slips in next to you, closing the door just enough that you can both still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Dr. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. She takes something out of the bag and places it on the counter. And then she hurries back out, back rustling as she makes her way back down the hallway. You better wait a second, just in case. Quietly wait for danger to pass. The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. The two of you spill out of the closet. Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. Let Reese handle it. You watch while he rifles through drawers, content to let him figure it out. Soon, there's the jiggling of keys, and he turns to you, victorious. There we go, they're even color-coded. She made this too easy. Reese pauses to look at the plant at the table. It was weird for her to drop that off, right? Why would she put some alien-looking fruit in the supply room? She's not a pharmacist. She's not supposed to make her own medicine. This room is for storing stuff she orders from actual pharmacists, and I doubt it's decorative. Who cares? We got bigger fish to fry. Yeah, we're on the clock. Don't want to get caught in here. He shoves a berry from the weird plant into his pocket. I'll meet you down there. I gotta come up with something to cover the noise. He hands you the axe and you make your way back the hallway towards the morgue. You follow Reese's instructions, once again starting down the basement stairs. And the pool of the stone carving guides you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right, we did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just gonna go chill in the morgue. I've got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all the industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator of corpses. Do you at least have a blanket on this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. Well now, yes? Have at it. You approach the far end of the morgue, X practically singing through the air as you strike the wall. The first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. There's some structure behind it, some wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what waits for you at the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. Holy shit. The splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from the forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. As you climb into the hole, this is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Oh, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Enoch, I thought you were going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research and I found this an alternative. You won't have to worry about anything from here on, I promise. I want to talk to the witch. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's alright, it's all sorted. We're taking you home today and everything will be resolved by the time next week. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you slipped into a coma or something. You turned down the wall like wild animals, found some weird carving and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. Are you okay? I still have those documents I swiped, right? Yeah, you should still have them on you. Sure enough, you pull out a file containing medical documents about your family. Enoch's death certificate. Enoch Scarlet, born September 9, 1887. Died August 20, 1957, age 69. Cause of death, fall from cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Verlane's death certificate. Cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by her daughter Tabitha, Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Edwardine's death certificate. Edwardine Scarlet, born April 9, 1913. Died February 12, 2003, aged 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter Verlane Scarlet. Pretty normal, almost made it to 90. Died of normal old person illness. Other death certificates. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet, born May 24, 1890, died 1980. Age 28, cause of death, crushed in mine collapse, body not recovered, signed by his brother Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet, Louis Scarlet, died... Damn, both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. They must have been Edwardine's brothers. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet, delivered April 3rd, 1945, stillbirth. Cause of death, complications during birth, no doctor present, home burial. There was no doctor present at the birth and a home burial. There's some information missing here. Alexandra Scarlet. Missing, presumed death. Complications. How did almost all of Edwardine's children fucking die? Damn. I should probably get going. Stella's still missing and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The dog is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine and she's not happy about it. But after I looked this up, there was no way anything she would give me, I would take it. She's been poisoning me for years. She was poisoning him. I've been thinking about you said at dinner last night, and I don't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I stopped taking my pills, and I feel great. I went ahead and blocked my door, so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait for her out. You blocked your door. You blocked your... Of course I did. Put a chair in front of it. It never failed me before. We don't need her coming down here to finish me off, or whatever it is she might do now that I know what her treatment plan has been all these years. But I need to leave. I know you do, but I'm doing this to protect you. To protect both of us. We shouldn't underestimate her. I have these weird memories. I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now I think she's used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of these memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to keep me under control. We'll wait until she's asleep. Then we can at least get out of the basement and we can figure out what to do from there. I don't get why your mom would potion you though. I don't know. But the internet says this is castor bean. It's used to make resin, a super deadly potion that causes some of my exact symptoms. Damn. That boy is having it rough. And deaf, usually. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly, or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I ever had any illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She sure found a cure for that. Resin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. We need to get you out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know. Where would we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family I can go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. One step at a time. Let's just start by waiting out your mom and getting out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she forfeited the title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. We'll see if she can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. A distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of potion in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of the reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. I'm chill with whatever. Cool. I kind of only do two things, paint and watch movies. I'm too jittery to paint right now, especially since I'll probably be leaving this basement and everything in behind in a couple of hours. So, movie it is. Go ahead and get comfy. I'll pick something you might like. You know, I've been wanting to share Chi Jet Blood with someone for years. Watching horror movies. Seriously, dude. You're stuck in a basement getting poisoned by your own mother. And the only fucking things you watch are horror movies. You might wanna, like, after we get out of here, look up a therapist. We just get some movie sets up and joins you in the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people react to these sort of things I watch. But I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room, or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time. What's with the grisly painting, lack of luster lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. Like, damn. I've seen a couple of this director other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jumps cuts to seemingly unrelated TV shows, recordings, and then winds up trying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll be able to do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. Is it just me, or is he like... he's growing fangs? Or talk to people. You can hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of potion. He's uncharismatically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Oh, sorry, I'm talking too much. I'll let the film speak for itself. A man on the screen yells portions of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream, the plot really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together, you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back, incredibly, cosmic horror in its truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, while with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. You know, I think it's better I get going. No, did I do something wrong? I'm sorry. I know I'm probably being more talkative than usual. It's just feeling a little jittery. You don't have to leave. I can settle down. We can have to wait a little longer and that woman will be asleep and we can both leave without anything going wrong. There's a knock on the window. Demon, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on a supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. Why did he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster and he wants me dead. Can't you feel that? Murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, demon. The window shatters. Dude? Dude, no. No. As Reese stares at his clothes, paint bubbling out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling together out of their two-dimensional world, invading yours, crawling up to the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. Whoa. No. No. No, I'm done. Not going to happen. Fuck no. In a surge of violence, chance that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off and Wayne along with it. Okay, I'm just quickly going to save. Because I just really want to just stay where I am and see what happens. We aren't safe, but I feel strong now. I think I can save us. Stay here, I'll be right back. I just have to deal with the dog. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with the smears. Call Tabitha for help. Help me, cousin. Hey, where are you? Reese is gonna kill his mom. Also, he's a werewolf or a vampire or something. A what? I've always knew there was something that smelled off about that kid. Stay put, I'm on my way. Don't get eaten. Your cousin hangs up the phone. Fine, leave. You bound up the basement stairs and rush to the front door. You pull, but it's still shut by its construct. I don't want to do either of these things. You make your way to the door that's beckoned to you yesterday. All intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there's a monster, preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Dr. Kelly emerges from the shadows and levels a firearm in your direction. You instantly notice it's not a proper rifle, but some kind of tranquilizer gun. Duck. Duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whistling to the air. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try a little harder than that, UB. No. How did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out from between the cracks in the wood. Reese panics, pulls in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in the absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Run to a nearby room. You rush out of the main entryway, taking cover in the first room you see. A few seconds pass. Things are quiet. Hey. Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You, Demon. I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. You survived? What the fuck's going on? I think you can probably put that together. Now, listen to me. You're in a medical storage room, right? I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Fear tranquilizers clearly aren't gonna get it anymore. An intercom system, had Duck. Good, you should hear this. Demon, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else, just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back down into the basement. Damn, he's getting like fucking weird. Or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now, better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous, she's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. Can't you two just get along? Oh, sorry, we're past that point. I want retribution. Even more than that, I want security. As long as she lives, I'm in danger. Reese, I love you. I never wanted to get to this point. Don't try to make up for it now. It's too late. If you wanted a good relationship, you've had your chance, and you decided to convince me I was dying instead of just letting me exist. Enough. Reese cries out in pain. Ah, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? Wayne. I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizer and head to the safe room. Wayne is handling it. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the massive paint ceiling is shut. Hurry, I don't think I can keep this open for long. You slip past her into a safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it, Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor. It sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. So now that I'm in all your secrets, I guess we're kind of a team, huh? Kid, you're at least a decade too young for me. I had to try, guys. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit, this might be game time. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Wayne? It's not Wayne. Fuck's sake, he looks so fucking creepy. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is a shot. But you didn't take the tranquilizers, did you? Tame the beast. You step forward. She's only doing this to protect herself. Show her you're not a monster. Back down. But he stammers, his unnaturally stretched mouth struggle with the words. For God's sakes, demon, get away from him. He stares up at the woman in the doorway behind you. There's something pained in his expression beyond the rage he feels for her. Reese's gaze returns to you, sadness in his eyes. I'm not a monster. And then a shot rings out. Damn, Tabitha, you fucking headshotted him. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and strains her weapon on Reese's writhing body. What the hell are you doing, demon? Get away from that thing. Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it. Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-lethally. Let's save again. Save Reese. You step forward, filling the space between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese. His face already trying to stitch itself back together as he sits propped against the wall. Out of my way, demon. He's okay, Tabitha. He's not going to hurt anybody. Back off, Tabitha. This is none of your business. Let me handle this. Oh, sure, because you were doing such a great job. That thing was about to eat my cousin. That thing is my son, Miss Scarlet, and despite appearances, he is still human. Don't talk about him like he's some wild animal. Quick, demon, he's fixing himself. You don't know what you're doing. Get out of the way or I'll have to make you. Her threat is interrupted as Reese scrambles past you, knocking Tabitha's gun to the side, stumbling down the hall towards the entrance to the clinic and freedom beyond. What in the ever-loving... He pauses for a second, staring longingly back at you from his almost unruined face. And then he's gone, his smears leaving with their creator. Shit. The three of you charge down the hall after him. But he's long gone, the door to the clinic hanging open, the night beyond seemingly empty. Great job, demon, you set a monster free in the populace. If you just gotten me the tranquilizers, this wouldn't have all been over by now. I don't kind of like the choice. He's going to hurt people. But he is human too, and he deserves freedom. Freedom? To do what exactly? Eat people? I don't know, maybe Demon was right to protect him. Maybe I've been contributing to all this. The two of you should leave. He left behind quite a mess for me to clean up, and I need some time with my thoughts. Not a word of this to anyone, or there will be hell to pay. Tabitha crumbles. Come on, Demon, let's go. The two of you make your way to the bottom of the hill, where Tabitha's car is parked among the sleepy houses of Scarlet Hollow's residential street. She places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone right now. Is Stella still missing? I tried calling her a couple of times, but I keep getting her stupid voicemail. Yeah. Shit, let me think. It's a long shot, but there's a place that might be worth checking out. We're going on a hike. After a bit of a trek, you and Tabitha stop at the edge of a 2-lane road near the town limits. There, sitting on a long, was there sitting on a log, staring mournfully at the asphalt, is Stella, a watcher from the underbush. She's alive, thank God. She sounds more exasperated than relieved. Though you know by now that it's not just her trying to cover up genuine emotion, she's deeply relieved and terrified to show such vulnerability. You should go talk to her, Tabitha. She'd probably be glad to see you. I don't know. We've got baggage. I just make things worse. No, you're right. She's been practically begging for us to be closer than we are. It's time I stop letting my dead mother dictate who I'm allowed to talk to. But I'm not talking to her alone. We're doing this together. The two of you joined Stella, perching on the old log on the either side of her. You all came to find me? You didn't have to go to all that trouble. I was probably going to head home soon. You had demon word all day, you know. Went all over town looking for you. And it looks like you got into some trouble too. Demon, you're all covered in blood. I think a lot of it is paint, actually. Paint? What? This is where your parents died, right? Ooh, animated cutscene. Damn, that's messed up. So if she wasn't lying down, she would have been decapitated. Like, what the fuck? It's traumatizing. And then you open your eyes and the first thing you see is your parents decapitated. Damn, everybody here should get a fucking therapist. Have you been sitting here all day? Yeah, just waiting. Silence falls over the three of you, the wind rustling in the leaves and the sound of the night insects scurrying on around you, muted in the still night. Nothing happened though. That's probably for the best. Debbie, did I do something wrong after the incident? What? There's whole years of my life that feel like they just never happened. Like every time I try and remember them, it's blank. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. Did I do something to push you away? No, all you wanted to do was talk to me, but Verlaine wouldn't let you near me. Oh. Man, fuck Verlaine. May she rot in hell. Well, at least she brought us all together. Three of you stare into the quiet night. I think the accident's probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just want to see them again. I wanted to know whether I even could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened, and I ran out here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again, or seeing them all messed up and dead, I just want to see them. It's been a whole day, but I don't think they're coming. Do you want to say goodbye? Ella sits in silence for a long moment. Her breath slows and even. Goodbye. I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. She's silent again, as if waiting for a response. No response comes. But she smiles, a lively glimmer returning to her sad eyes. That kind of felt better. I don't think I realized how much I'm kind of trapped myself into my own head. Thank you for breaking me out of it, you two. Stella straightens up, stretching her back, scratching wet her tail. Text jiggling in the quiet night air. You should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. Wait, before we go, we should tell you about what happened today. Oh. Are you sure about that, Demon? It's too late, the cat's out of the bag, and now the two of you have to tell me about your misadventures. You and Tabitha relay the events of the evening as best as you can. Saying it out loud somehow makes it feel less real. Like you're sharing the plot of a horror movie, not something that usually happens to you. Oh my god. So he's just out there somewhere? All monstery? You can thank Demon for that. That's a lot to take in. I've known that guy for pretty much my whole life and had no ID. I hope he's okay. You know, I think processing just the one traumatic event is enough for the day. This new one's going right into the void. At least until we get to the end of the week. The three of you and Gretchen make your way back to the woods before arriving at Stella's house. This is me. Thanks again, you two. Come on, Demon. I think there's a carton of ice cream with the Scarlet name on it. Tabby, wait, before you go. Stella wraps your cousin in a tight hug. Don't be a stranger, okay? Never again, I promise. Aww. They're besties again. And I did it. I did. You and Tabitha quietly return to the estate and make your way to the kitchen, where she pulls out 2 pins of banana chocolate trunk. She puts one on the table and worthily thrusts the other one into your hands. I'm sure there's a lot you want to talk about, but we're both here, we're both safe, and we both had a long week. Let's just exit together. The two of you stand in the kitchen, quietly eating banana-flavored ice cream while Frou-Frou purrs gently in her sleep nearby, an oasis of calm. But as Tabitha's spoon scrapes the bottom of their empty pin, the moment ends. Alright, I'm off to bed. You should try and get some sleep too. Here's hoping tomorrow is uneventful, right? Thanks for this. Ah, Frou-Frou sleeping. Your cousin leaves for her room, your body breaking down from the stress of today's events. There's nothing left for you to do but head to bed. Go to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. As your eyes sink, you realize that something smells off about the room. It smells rotten. You jolt awake as the door creaks. Don't look so frightened. I was just going to say goodnight. And to give you a word of advice. Tabitha won't be around tomorrow. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you might be surprised at what you find. Until then, sleep well. Wait. Wayne passes at the door. Yes? Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly, I wasn't sure, but now I know. I should be able to make quick work of him next time. He's just misunderstood. He's not complex enough to be misunderstood. He's a miserably walking weapon that spends all his time feeling sorry for himself. It would be best for the world if he were put down. Thank you for looking out for me tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. I can flirt with Wayne? Oh, hell yeah. I know things got steamy with Reese earlier, but I still only have eyes for you, big fella. I'm not threatened by him. I know, I've already won your heart. A bond we could share, Demon. It would be deeper than any bond you could form with a half-baked monstrosity like him. Nice. Okay, good, I'm going to sleep now. Good night, Demon. Bye, Wayne. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are firmly behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift up, you drink of Reese out in the woods somewhere, truly free for the first time in his life, and then you think of nothing. This is the end of episode 4. Nice. Congratulations for finishing all of the episodes currently available in the game. You've unlocked Hardcore mode. Hardcore mode allows you to select 3 traits at the character creation, but you will no longer be able to use your traits to avoid the consequences of major decisions. This penalty only applies to hardcore runs. Have fun if you dare. If you'd like to continue with your world state in episode 5, please save your game now. Let's save. Yes. Well, that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of Scarlet Hollow. Like, this game is getting better and better, like, with every chapter. and it's going to have 7, one for all days of the week. So I'm really looking forward to episode 5. It might be a while though, because it's been a year since this was released. But as you've seen, like the even at an animated cutscene is very worth it. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you all again next time. Bye.